All right. What's up, everybody? All my people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island, my homeboro Brooklyn. Back in another video. In this video, we're going to the West Coast, baby. Going to the West Coast. Another entry in the Greatest of All Time series is going to be on Mr. Andre Young, a.k.a. Dr. Dre. Okay? Dr. Dre, in my opinion, is the greatest producer of all time in hip-hop for multiple reasons I'm going to get into. Now, I grade producers different from rappers, you know. Producers, I judge you by your sound, your production credits on rap albums, with like hit songs you've made, hit songs you produced, also artists you put on. And of course, Dr. Dre's got all those boxes checked. You know, he invented the sound of hip hop that will dominate hip hop in the '90s and produce many hip hop classics, songs and albums. But let's get into Andre Young. Of course, Dr. Dre got started with the World Class Wrecking Crew, a West Coast rap group back in the mid '80s. You know, that flamed out. He's one of the founding members of NWA, along with Ice Cube, Eazy, Arabian Prince, and MC Ren. Of course, he produced Eazy's album, Eazy Does It. You know, of course, Boys in the Hood and We Want Eazy, those classic tracks. Then he also produced the legendary, influential rap album Straight Outta Compton. Okay, of course, the songs, you know, Gangsta Gangsta, 8 Ball, and Express Yourself. Of course, the title track Straight Outta Compton, and of course, the legendary track Fuck the Police. But yeah, this is one of the two great hip hop albums Dr. Dre has production credits on. Eazy Does It by Eazy-E and Straight Outta Compton by NWA. And of course, you know, NWA fell apart for reasons that, I did a Greatest of All Time on NWA. I did one on Ice Cube. You know, I might do one on Eazy-E in terms of his influence, you know, but that's, you know, I don't want to ruin the surprise. But, you know, I'll get on to all that stuff later. But anyway, obviously he went on to leave Ruthless Records and co-found Death Row Records with Suge Knight. You know, Gucci Mane says he's the boogeyman of hip-hop. Suge Knight is the real boogeyman of hip-hop. I don't care what nobody says. Suge, Jay Prince, but that's a whole nother story. But obviously one of Dr. J's main proteges is right here, Mr. Calvin Cortazor Brothers. I believe that's his name. A.K.A. Snoop Dogg. Okay, Dr. Dre produced his solo debut, The Chronic, which is a very influential rap album, helped put the West Coast into the mainstream. And of course, the legendary rap song, Nothing But a G Thing. 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door. Also did a song deep cover for what was that song? That song was for some soundtrack. I forget what it was, but yeah, obviously here's The Chronic, one of the most influential, greatest rap albums of all time. So Dr. Dre's got 3 legendary albums under his belt. And he's put on Ice Cube, Eazy-E, MC Ren, and also Snoop Dogg, certified rap legends. Of course, Eazy had ghostwriters, but, you know, Eazy made his legend in other ways. Eazy is another man I would really consider a true boogeyman in hip-hop. But, you know, that's whatever. Of course, here's a shot from the video, Nothing But a G Thing. Again, now here's Dr. Dre in costume. You know, for the legendary Tupac song, California Love. Of course, Dr. Dre didn't put on Tupac, but this was probably Pac's first big hit since when he got released from jail in late 95. And then, of course, he produced the legendary double LP, All Eyes on Me. And California Love was probably the biggest single from that song. Okay, of course, Dr. Dre had a falling out, left Death Row, you know, for reasons we're not going to get into, but he left. Here he is reunited with Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and one of his other proteges, Mr. Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem, who I also did a Greatest of All Time video on, by the way. And, of course, I did one on Ice Cube as well. But, when, of course, his Dr. Dre's second album, 2001, The Chronic 2001, you know, had the song Forgot About Dre, you know, which was written by Eminem. You can tell it was written by Eminem if you listen to the flow, but, you know, Ho, please. Who they brought you the oldies, Eazy-E's, Ice Cubes, DOC's, Snoop D-O-double-G's, and the group that said motherfuck the police, you know. On that song, Forgot About Dre, and there's still DRE, which was produced by Scott Storch, by the way. This album a classic. I mean, Forgot About Dre, Still DRE, those are classic songs, but this album as a whole, I wouldn't consider it as a classic. You know, of course, Dr. Dre went on to produce Eminem's albums, you know, had production credits on his albums, Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, The Eminem Show, which are 3 classic albums in my opinion. So now he put on Eminem, of course. And here's another artist that really Eminem put on, but he was signed to Aftermath as well, 50 Cent. Of course, most people know that Dr. Dre didn't want to sign 50 Cent, but Eminem did. So, of course, you know, He got signed to Shady Records, which of course are under the umbrella of Aftermath. And that's it. So, and Dr. Dre produced, of course, In the Club and many other songs on 50's legendary album, Get Rich or Die Trying. I might have to do a video on 50 Cent, because, he's starting to get he's starting to have a renaissance from the relevance when some of these younger rappers, these younger New York rappers, Chef G, 22 Gs, Sleepy Hollow, even Pop Smoke, rest in peace. I may have to do a video on 50 Cent, but anyway, back to Dr. Dre. Yeah, here's another legendary artist he put on. Here's another artist he put on, The Game, who's a very talented rapper. Game, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated rappers in history. Like you said, Game is very talented. He's got them bars for days, you know what I'm saying? He helped carry on the West Coast torch in the 2000s, because the West Coast fell off after Pac died, because all the other guys, Snoop, he's a star, but, he kind of fell. He got signed by No Limit, but, all the other guys, Corrupt and Daz and Nate Dogg, nothing against them, but, Pac just was like the sun or something. He was like a supernova. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, the West Coast fell off, and The Game, Dr. Dre wanted to sign The Game to help revive the West Coast, which he kind of did. That documentary album was a classic, in my opinion. Of course, Game was struggling. He could rap, but he couldn't make songs. That's where he had 50 Cent put Game in G-Unit. Then they had their issues, but I'm not going to get into that. Here's the current king of the West Coast, in my opinion. Sorry, Roddy Ricch, but Roddy Ricch is coming. Kendrick Lamar, who also got put on by Dr. Dre. Put on by Dr. Dre. He was on Dr. Dre's album. Kendrick Lamar was on Compton. And of course, they did some songs together on Kendrick's legendary album, Good Kid, Mad City. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre, let's go look at all the artists. So let's go back to the boxes. Did Dr. Dre invent a new style of hip-hop? Yes. G-Funk, which I said dominated the West Coast, or dominated mainstream hip-hop throughout the whole 90s and until the later half in the 90s. Okay, so he invented a new style of hip-hop. He has production credits on legendary albums. Easy Does It, Straight Outta Compton, his own album, The Chronic. He also has production credits on the Dog Pound, the double album, All Eyes on Me. He got production credits on Nas, It Was Written, which, of course, that song they did together, Nas Is Coming. Production credits on Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Get Rich or Die Trying, A Good Kid, Mad City, the documentary. The list goes on and on and on. The Dog Pound album, Dog Food. He has production credits on many hip-hop classics, and he's co-signed and put on legendary hip-hop artists. Ice Cube, Eazy-E, MC Ren, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent. The Game, Kendrick Lamar, all these guys are legendary rap artists, or soon to be legendary rap artists, and they were all under the umbrella of Dr. Dre. They all got put on by Dr. Dre. So, put on great superstar prodigies, checked. G-Funk, checked. Put the West Coast on the map, check. Okay, Dr. Dre, in my opinion, just my opinion, he put on for the entire West Coast, him, NWA, and he's, to me, the greatest producer of all time. That's just me. A lot of people disagree. And, of course, here's these Beats headphones. I copped me a pair when they first came out. They broke in a little incident, but that's another story for another day. But these Beats headphones, which are the shit. Yeah, Doggy Style. I can forget. Dr. Dre, of course, has production credits on Doggy Style. Here's the Dog Pound album, Dog Food, All Eyes on Me. It Was Written, Get Rich or Die Trying. That's going to be it. But, what y'all think? Y'all think Dr. Dre is the greatest producer of all time? Nah, who you think it is? Is it Timbo? Is it Timbaland, of course, I'm talking about? Swizz Beatz? Is it Kanye? Whoever y'all think it is, man. Comment down below. Tell me who do you want to see next. And if you like this video, click that like button, subscribe, and help a young brother grow on YouTube, man. Shout out to Dr. Dre. Prayers up, man. I know he had a brain aneurysm. He's good now, but praying for Dr. Dre.